Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about the Vanquest FTIM 6x9 EDC bag. And attached to it I have the HSGI, that's the high-speed gear, leg panel. This is the Generation 2 Vanquest package, and this is the Generation 1 leg mounting system. As you can see, it has a leg band and then two straps that go off to your belt with quick releases on these buckles here. So I can take it off my thigh without having to take off my belt. I wanted to have an EDC bag that was able to be carried in my bag or on my persons if I needed to ditch my bag. And this is the second iteration that I came up with. I have a previous one which I used a London Bridge trading pouch thigh mount, and it worked out okay, but I redid it and I came up with this item here. Starting with the bag itself, it's made out of 500D Cordura nylon, and it's treated with DWR water repellency. It has inverted YKK zippers and a zipper line here, so water has a harder time getting inside your bag. It has safety locks on the top, and then it has these really nice pulley system grips where you can pull really easily and comfortably, even if you're wearing gloves. I like that system a lot. The first generation of this bag did not have that. They simply had paracord tied to these zippers here. Starting with the right side of the bag, I have a K-bar knife here. I forget which model this is. It's like one of the $11 ones on Amazon. The quality is not as good as their other higher end models, but this does the trick. It's a full tang blade, and I think it's called the Dozer. You can probably find it for about 11 bucks on Amazon. I have it attached to this little holder here via the S-binder and a chain clip here. It's mounted to the platform in the back here via some paracord. I'm waiting for my molly sticks to come in, so this is a temporary mounting system. As you can see, it's got molly adapters in the back to mount to the pad here, and then a nice strong handle. Moving along, on the left side I have a IYP 25 Lumen Top 2AA light. I chose this system because this system works with AA batteries, and I will probably upgrade this later in the future for something a little bit more lighter, like maybe a Lumen Top Tool 2.0 AA light. I'll probably put a 14500 battery in there to work with my systems. And in the front, I have the first pouch where you can access pretty easily via a Velcro holder here. What I like about this bag is, before I open the front up, is that the way it's stitched, you have some extra pocket space in the front. If your bag is filled up in the main compartment, it won't take up too much space from the front compartment here. I've seen a lot of bags that don't do this, so when you fill it up to like maximum capacity or close to, or if you're just taking up a lot of space with just bulk items, you can't access the side pouch. With Vanquest, they did it a little bit differently on this bag, and I think that's a really good idea and a definitely good improvement. Moving along, front pouch, you can access it by removing this Velcro attachment. And here I have Purell. And then I also have a small little boo-boo kit, first aid boo-boo kit here in a Ziploc bag. Then on the side here, I also have TP. You can never go wrong without TP on the trails. It's a very underestimated item sometimes in some kits. But that is my front pouch section of the bag before I open it up, and the two side sections. As you can see, I might add a little bit more to my boo-boo kit there. It could be fleshed out a little bit more, but this is primarily a tool bag, not a med kit. To access the main pouch, you pull these down pretty quickly, or you can tear it down with this little latch that they provided. It's a Velcro latch where you would zipper these back up, and if you needed to access it in an emergency, you pull it down and you rip down everything, and the whole entire thing opens up. Let me turn it this way. It's a little bit easier for me to see and for you guys. So this is what the pouch looks like when you fully deploy it out. You have 29 elastic webbing bands in here, and they're half staggered, so they're not directly on top of each other, which is what I like, because you can kind of fill in the little holes in between the webbing. Starting on this side here, I'm not going to go into too much depth of what I have in here and why I have it exactly, but some things are a little bit more apparent than others, but I'll just go over a brief thing of why I have it packed the way I do. This is the Carmex Lip Balm SPF 15. I got it for a buck. I have a ferrite rod here with its striker underneath, and then a paracord and lanyard to hold everything together. And then I have 4 of these safety pins, big safety pins. Moving over to the next slot, I have a Leatherman Rev. Moving over to the next slot, I have a capsule with UCO stormproof matches and a mixture of Coleman stormproof matches as well, with the striker inside. To the next side, I have the Nightcore NU15 headlamp that's rechargeable via micro USB port. It's IPX6 waterproof rated, and it's headband underneath. On this section here, I have a secondary cutting tool. This is the Leatherman Style CS. And then I have the CRKT Eaton tool with the pry bar options and the hexagon tool turning options and the bottle opening cap and center and here. You can't really see everything. I have it tucked in, but it's got a little bottle opener here and a little bottle cap opener there. So, multi-use tool. Moving along, on the bottom compartment of the straps here, the very bottom of the bag, I have a Crazy Glue container. It has the Crazy Glue inside of it, and I also managed to stick inside a roll of about 50 feet of sewing thread and 3 sewing needles. So this is my sewing glue kit for repairs. On the bottom here, I have toothpaste, a small tube of toothpaste with a diffuser cap on top of the toothpaste cap. This diffuser cap goes onto my IYP25 light, so I can use it as sort of like a glow stick kind of add-on. Moving to the side here, next to the knife on the outside, I have a Sharpie with a broad tip on one side and a fine tip on the other side. And I also have my toothbrush over here. Moving along next to it, I have a few zip ties here. I have a nail clipper here. And then down here in this little strap, I have a BNC to SMA adapter for my ham radio and its spacer washer. And then I have 2 adapter heads that fit onto my USB cable, which I'll go to later on. So keep that all on that side here. Moving along to the center and down here, I have a Bic lighter, a whistle. I have a micro USB to USB cable here, made by Anchor. It's a 2.2 plus amp cable, so that's for faster charging. I have an Airheads candy bar here, and then I also have a flavored water packet here, just a little bit sugar pick me up in case I'm feeling down with electrolytes on the trail. Moving along on the edge here, I have a pair of a hank of 325 paracord, and then I have a hank. This is about 10 feet to 325, and then I have a hank of 95-pound tensile cord, utility cord, which is about 50 plus feet. And then moving up on the side here, next to the flipped water packet, I have a Mech Army X4S micro USB rechargeable light powered by a 10180 battery, which you can interchange in here as well. And then moving along the side here, I have the USB cable with a multi-adapter head, which is a DC port here. You can change the heads here and adapt to whatever you need with the other bag here that I showed you earlier. And then I have another cable for my ham radio. This is a USB to DC output as well. And then finally on this side here, I have a dry sack here. It's about 5-liter dry sack. And I have a water filter. This is a 3-stage water filter. It's a Hydro Blue one. So it filters chemicals, tastes, and 0.1 down to 0.1 micron. So pretty functional filter. I used to use Frontier water filters, but they were 0.3 microns. I saw this online and I decided I'll try this for about $14. So this is a pretty decent buy. It comes with an extra filter which gets you up to about 100 gallons of filtered water. Moving along, this rear section here has 2 compartments. There's one pouch underneath this high-vis yellow orange reflection material. There's one pocket which I just store my white handkerchief here. And then underneath that is another pocket. But before that, I have a Yaesu VX1R dual band radio with a SRH 805S tri-band antenna. So this is a 2 meter 70 centimeter radio, and it has a 2 meter 70 centimeter and 1.2 gigahertz receiving antenna on it. And it's powered via a nickel metal hydride battery, which you can charge with the cable here. And moving on to the next part, which is linked to that, I have, well, duct tape on a credit card, about 4 feet. And then I have my solar panel, which is powered by 2 AA batteries, and it charges 2 AA batteries, albeit very slowly because the size of the panel is pretty pretty small. But the important thing is that it outputs a USB current at 5 volts and about 100 milliamps. It's not a lot of current, but it's enough to charge my phone about 2 or 3% very slowly over a long period of time to make an emergency call. And it can charge my headlamp here, my mini light here. It charges AA batteries, which goes into my main light on the outside. And it also can be used to charge my ham radio as well. So this item is it's like the central core of the rechargeable electronics in the kit. This is not the best solar panel or best charger, but it works for my needs and it's pretty practical. Moving along, on the end pocket here, I have a Mylar blanket inside a Ziploc bag. I like my Ziploc bags because they function as a container and they waterproof my items. I have another storage bag which I use for water, albeit it's not a 1 liter bag. It's more like a 300 milliliter bag at that, but still, any storage is better than no storage. And then further down in the pocket, I have a reflection mirror, a signaling mirror. I have an extra base filter for my drinking filter here, and then I have a compass which is air dampened and not liquid filled. So that is the kit so far. That's everything I carry with me on my leg mount rig right now, and it's pretty much, it's a little bit on the heavy side at around 5 pounds. I want to try to get it a little bit lower than 5 pounds, but there's some things I would like to upgrade in this kit, a little bit lighter, smaller items, but that comes with time and experience and money. So it's a work in progress. It does work pretty well for my needs. It rides pretty comfortably on my leg. I do like the mounting system. It does feel very comfortable and has a good retention system when it's on my leg. As you can see, this bag here works perfectly because everything's laid out in front. The reason why I chose it is that everything is accessible for what I need and what I'm doing. So that counts a lot to me. My previous rigs, they weren't as easily accessible when you opened them up. What I like what Vanquest did with this bag here is it basically made it so that you can access everything in the bag without having to rummage through too many hidden pockets. Even though this bag does have pockets here, it's not the main part of the bag. It's really versatile and what you can access pretty easily. So that is the Vanquest FTIM 6x9 EDC bag and the high-speed gear leg platform version 1 and the generation 2 Vanquest bag. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you later.